Cal, the tough question, how was the scrimmage?
It was a very good scrimmage overall. Painfully slow start by the offense, but once they picked it up, it got very competitive and got a lot done. Troy was not out there today. Troy will not be able to practice the rest of spring ball. It's nothing major, but it's something that will keep him out for the next couple of weeks, so that's unfortunate. He really could have used the work, but in the big picture, he's going to be fine. And this will give Brandon and Tyler more reps, and they got to take advantage of those opportunities.
Go ahead, sorry.
And I was going to say, Dominic Hatfield will be available to media starting Tuesday if anybody wants to talk to him. Tuesday will be the day that he'll be back in the mix with that. Defense did some good things today, but for the second week in a row, no takeaways, which is very good for the O and very bad for the D. So that was our forte last year, was takeaways. We were in the top 2 or 3 in the nation taking the football away, and we got to get back to doing that.
The painfully slow start by the offense, is that because of the D line or?
Partially. I mean, it's both. It goes both ways. The defense was ready to play. The offense wasn't. Some missed opportunities by the offense early on. Some penalties, some silly penalties early, false starts, and things that shouldn't show up. Overall, the scrimmage was very clean penalty-wise, but early on it was too many things that were putting the offense behind the chains.
Hey, Coach, what does Troy missing the spring do to the quarterback battle?
It puts it on hold. You know, we'll have to continue it in the fall because, in fairness to Troy, he's going to get every opportunity, and so he's going to be in the mix the first of fall camp, and we'll see how things go. Now, you know, there's obviously a lot of work that Brandon and Tyler are going to get these next 2 weeks that could add to the equation. That will add to the equation, but Troy will get his opportunity again in the fall.
And what did you think about Brandon and Tyler today?
I was pleased, especially with Brandon. I thought Brandon may have had his best day as a youth. He was poised, made some nice throws, did a nice job running the offense, and I think it probably was his best day as a youth. And Tyler's got still a lot to learn, but he's got so much upside. His ceiling is extremely high. He's just got to get the freshman mistakes out of his system, which they're getting fewer, but they're still showing up.
Wallace Gonzalez had a good day today.
Yeah, coming out. Wally was very productive. He's athletic. He's got size. He's got agility. He can make a miss. And so he's starting to come around. He has such little experience playing the position he's playing. He was a baseball player for a lot of years. You know, all he has to draw upon really is a wide receiver experience in high school. And so it's been a learning curve for him, but he's starting to figure it out, and that'll be great for us if he can continue on, make the plays he did today. If we continue that.
Had a 50-yard pass from Cox to Rep. Can you tell that?
Yeah, it was nice to see Caleb Rep make a few plays. He's been kind of quiet this spring and hasn't really done the things we were hoping he would do, at least to this point. But today he did them. I mean, that's what we expect out of Caleb.
How'd the offensive line play today?
Not bad. There was a few sacks. I think we had maybe 3 or 4 sacks in a 90-plus play scrimmage. And the running game, there was not a lot of room in the run game. We need to do a better job blocking that up. But they're making progress.
Your pit looked as full as it's been in a while.
It's full, yeah, because when we have Saturdays, we have if you're a surgery guy or a guy that can't play at all during spring, we send you to the academic center during the week. But on Saturdays, everybody's here, and so it looked a little more full than it hasn't been. It's no different than it has been. It just looked more because of those guys.
I see.
T-Boney made some nice plays.
He did, yeah, and that's what we need. I mean, that was something that we lacked last year, was that playmaking ability on the outside, and we saw some of that today between Rep and T-Boney. Now Kyle Folks, he's going to be a playmaker for us. He missed some opportunities today. He had a couple of chances to make plays, and he's got to capitalize on those. But as a whole, the receiver group has made progress these last 3 weeks.
Do you have to have a go-to wide receiver in the Pac-12?
No, I don't think you have to, but you got to have a couple guys at least that you get a lot of confidence in, and can make the plays when they have to be made. And, whether that's just one guy or 2 or 3 guys that can do it, but I don't believe you have to have a guy that's the guy every time in that situation.
Corey Butler-Bird's in a boot. Is that serious or minor? Or?
He'll miss the rest of spring as well. I should have mentioned that. And big picture there, it shouldn't be a problem either, but it's something that we've got to address right now, which will preclude him from finishing spring.
Now, Peter had 3.5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. He was obviously big.
Peter's a big play guy. He's going to be a instrumental part of our defense this fall. He was a guy that did a good job for us last year. As far as the amount of reps he got and the production he gave, he should have got more reps, but he'll get those reps this year.
You mentioned that you're not generating turnovers in the back end. Are you getting the looks you want and you're just getting drops, or what's happening?
Yeah, I think the quarterbacks did a nice job protecting the ball. First of all, there hasn't been a lot of opportunity in the live work. They've done a nice job with their decision making. But it's not only the interceptions. We got to get the ball out. We got to strip the ball out of from the ball carriers, and we're not doing that as well as we did last year. Not yet.
3 weeks down, 2 to go.
Yeah.
Where are you sitting?
I think we're in good shape. We came out of this healthy. A few bumps and bruises. It was nearly 100 plays. We'll have about the same scenario next week. Next week is Next week is probably the most important scrimmage of the spring. It always is. The scrimmage prior to the spring game. And then the spring game itself should be entertaining. We'll get a look at a lot of guys and see who can make plays when they get their opportunities.
Now that you're down to 2 quarterbacks, are you going to split the reps the rest of camp? Or?
With those 2 guys. They'll get every rep. Those 2 guys, and they'll get equal reps with the ones and the 2s. So not every, they're not going to have just one guy with the ones constantly and one guy with the 2s. It'll be a mixture.
So there won't be an opportunity to separate over these next 2 weeks?
Sure there will, with those 2 guys. Yeah, but like I said, Troy is still going to be in the picture come fall camp. He is still going to get his opportunity, regardless of what happens these next 2 weeks.
With the turnovers, is it kind of a double-edged sword for you? Because you want the defense to force them, but you don't want the offense
Everything in spring is a double-edged sword. The running game is looking good for the O. That means the run defense is not looking good. And everything is in that same scenario. If we're not take care of the ball on offense, that's bad for them, but good for the D if they're getting takeaways and vice versa. So there's not anything that goes on out here in spring that's not exactly that situation.
You talked about wanting receivers to catch contested passes. It seems